And just like that, we're live. Holy crap.
Like a bomb, just drop.
Yeah.
Boom.
There's like 1 minute, we're not live, and then next thing you know, bam, we're live.
Bam, here we are.
Yeah, see, there's been a lot of talk about theme songs, and it's part of me wants a theme song, but the other part of me is like, I kind of like just dropping people in like mid-sentence.
There we are.
How about your theme song is just like an explosion sound as we come on the screen?
There you go.
Yeah, it should be like just a big bomb going off.
Yeah.
Oh man, it should be something epic then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. Hey everybody, we're live, by the way. People always have to ask if we're live or pre-recorded. We're live tonight, folks. Okay.
Yeah,
So tonight I am joined by three special ladies. Because number one, I'm tired of Rob monopolizing all the ladies in our group. It's not fair, guys. It's not fair. He gets to hog all the ladies, and I'm like, damn it, when's my turn? Damn it. When's my turn? All right. So also, because there's a topic that I want to address specifically, which I needed you three here for, with your expertise and your knowledge, is that tonight we are going to establish once and for all a tier list of all the different paranormal TV shows. Because throughout the course of a lot of our podcasts and shows and our appearances, the topic always comes up, like people will make a reference to a show, a popular paranormal TV show. And I think it's about time we kind of lay out our actual opinions about these shows by creating a tier list.
Sounds like a plan.
So this is how we'll go. We're going to do the tier list here. Hold on, let me set that up right now. Boom. Okay, here's the tier list.
Fancy.
Now.
Big time.
Okay, so first things first. Here are the tiers. There are 4 for this one. We have S tier, the top of the list, the creme de la creme, the best of the best. These are going to be the shows that you either like planned your day around to watch, or like a show that you like just binge watch the crap out of.
Okay.
Like your favoriteest of the favorite shows, like you just plan your whole schedule around it. Oh shit, this show's on, I gotta sit down and watch it. Or like, you know, when you get the show playing, you will binge watch the crap out of it. That is going to be S tier. That is the creme de la creme. The second row is A tier. A tier is a show that you think is good. You're not going to necessarily plan your day around it, but if you're flipping through the channels and you see the show is on, you're going to put the controller down and you're going to watch it, right? You're not going to actively seek it. You're not going to binge watch it, but you'll be like, oh shit, this is on. And then you'll stop flipping.
Okay.
That's A tier. Okay. B tier is more the apathy tier. It's the meh tier. It's like, I know of it. I've seen a couple episodes. Don't really care for it. Don't really hate it. It's just the whatever tier. Okay. The bottom is the trash tier. These are the shows that you think absolutely suck balls.
Okay.
It's hot garbage. The mere mention of it, like if someone said to you, "Oh, I'm a big fan of this show," you just want to slap the shit out of them. Okay.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. So we'll go one by one. I'll put up a show, and then we'll go around and first of all, let us know if you've seen it or not, because I don't think we've all seen all of these shows. That's why I needed 3 of you, because I think between the 4 of us, we've all seen, like at least one of us has seen all of these shows. Right. But if you haven't seen it, just be like, I haven't seen it, pass. But if you've seen it, give your opinion and give your thoughts on where it lies on the tier list, and then we'll go by democratic process.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I have them arranged in alphabetical order, that way to show no bias, but also when giving your assessment of these shows, be as biased as you damn well please. Okay. And, give us thoughts, or if you know any kind of, if you know any cool stories about if you know any of the people, give us some of that juicy gossip. Oh, yeah. That's what I want. Okay, ready? All right, we're going in alphabetical order here. So, show number 1, A Haunting, Discovery Channel. You remember this one?
Mhm.
It was one of the reenactments.
Yep.
All right, Krista, we'll start with you. What do you think?
I like that show, honestly. I mean, it basically, like you said, the reenactments, and it has a lot of the regular people that these hauntings happen to. So I like that aspect of it. I am going to go with an A tier on that.
A tier.
Kept
All
my
right.
interest. If it keeps my interest, yeah.
All right, Monica.
I'm going to agree. I really like that show. I wouldn't plan like my watching schedule around it, but if I'm flipping through the channels and I see that it's on, I will stop and start watching it.
Yeah, I mean it's a good. I've watched a few episodes. I mean the reenactments are pretty cool.
Yeah.
I guess. Brandi, what about you?
Ugh. You know,
Oh.
this one I watched a little bit. It just didn't keep my interest as other shows did.
Mhm.
I mean, I did like it. I mean, it just wasn't one of my favorites. So, I mean,
good bit.
but I did like hearing about other people's stories for sure.
Is it a show that would make you stop flipping through the channels if you're flipping?
No,
So it's more of a B tier.
it's more of a B tier. It's a more of a, I mean,
Okay.
it wouldn't be the first thing I stop on. No.
All right. Well, process of democracy. We got 2 for A tier, 1 for B tier. So, I guess we are going to. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, we are going to move this one in A tier. There we go.
I will say one thing though on a haunting.
All right.
I know somebody who's who was on a haunting, and they did a really good job of not embellishing a lot of the haunting on
Oh,
that.
that's important. Yeah.
I will give them a bonus for that.
I think I did know one person who was actually like
Mhm.
one of the interviewees for the show,
Mhm.
not one of the reenactment actors.
Right.
They never seem to get the actors to like look anything close like the people being interviewed, by the
I
way.
think, yeah, it was just like, oh, well, okay, it's a female, just grab one, who cares?
I bet you if I ever have like a haunted experience and I go on that show and then they do my reenactment, I'd be like, can you at least get an Asian guy at least? God.
What? I mean, if we're just grabbing random
Yeah.
people to reenact this, I mean,
Yeah.
Right. What the heck?
why not an Asian? I'm just saying.
Yeah. They get like some Pakistani guy. I'm like, what the hell, guys?
Come on, he's brown.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Here's the next one. Ready? Celebrity ghost stories.
Ooh,
Mm.
Let's start with Monica.
I like it.
You liked it?
I do like it. And it's an A tier for me. Again, I wouldn't plan my whole viewing schedule around it,
Mm-hmm.
but I enjoyed listening to celebrities' encounters with their perceived encounters with the paranormal sometimes.
Right.
I really enjoyed specifically because the one that sticks out to me the most is Farouk. What's her name? She was in The Craft.
Fruza Bulk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Her and oh gosh, I see his face and I'm blanking on his name. He's oh my God, how am I blanking on his face? I just saw him in concert a few years ago. Anyway, no, he Feed My Frankenstein. God bless. I see his face and I am blanking on his name. That's embarrassing. Anyway, Rockstar. They had really good encounters. And I enjoyed those stories. And those kind of got me hooked.
Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper. Thank you so much.
Yes. No, thank Bristol. Bristol.
Thank Bristol. Yes. Thank you, Bristol. Yeah, Alice
Oh,
Cooper.
see, that's why the chat. You guys are here. You guys are here to support
are
us.
awesome.
Thanks, bro.
You're my wingman.
The celebrity I remembered was Kevin Nash, Diesel from the WWF.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember he had a story on there where he was visited by the ghost of his mother while he was in bed. He seemed pretty shook by it. Yeah. Brandi, what about you?
I have to say, I never really watched this one. I never did.
Never
As
saw it.
soon as I seen Celebrity, I'm just like,
Mm.
it's like, can't normal people just have one thing? Just one thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, I see how it is.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like, I never really watched it. I mean, I've watched parts of it, but I just never really liked that show.
Yeah.
Mickey
But I
G
mean, I
says,
wasn't
yeah.
disappointed when I watched it.
Mm-hmm.
So I would probably have to throw it on the B tier.
B tier.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mickey G said Vince Neil's the one I remember. And
Me
then
too. I like that
Sinful-
one too.
She was like, mine was sinfully. It says mindfully was a dude from Motley Crue. I think Vince Neil.
Yep. That is
when his daughter died.
Yep. That one was sad, actually. That's the one that I remember also, but I'm a big Vince Neil fan, Motley Crue fan in general. So that's honestly the only reason I really watched it. And that was a sad episode. Yeah.
So, Krista, where do you think it goes? B tier, A tier?
I'm going to actually just say B tier. It's not
B-tier?
one that, yeah, it's meh, but I did enjoy the Vince Neil episode.
All right. We got 2 for B tier, 1 for A tier. So, a B tier you shall go. Okay. Now, here's a doozy. Are you guys ready for this one? A boom. Dead Files. What do y'all think? Let's start with Krista.
So the Dead Files. Okay, so there's 2 different Dead Files. There's one with Amy Allen, and then there's one with Cindy Kaza. So I like the one with Amy Allen, although she was kind of far-fetched out there on some of the things that she would see. Not saying she didn't see it, or not saying that they weren't real. However, I've met Cindy Kaza, and she is about the nicest and legit psychic medium that I've ever met. And so I like that show. So I'm gonna give that the pink. That's way up there. That's why
you're going S tier. Nice.
Yeah, I do watch, like, I don't plan my day around it. However, when I would see there's a new episode, I'm there. I'm watching it.
Monica, how about you?
I'm the opposite end. It's trash tier for me.
Oh, okay. Monica, explain what's going. Where does this disdain come from?
No, this is not disdain. It's not
Trash tier. She's putting it in the trash bin.
It goes straight to the. I tried so hard to watch it, and it's nothing against either one of the people in it, and it is nothing against psychic mediums or anything about the show. I can't watch psychics. I can't watch psychics on TV. I just can't. I cannot. I have a really hard time with it. I do believe in it. It's not something that I want to sit and watch on TV at all.
Well, and the only thing too, I will say, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, Monica, but a lot of the stuff she had there, like with people should move or not, that's how the show ended. Should they leave the house or whatever. Right. And some of the stuff that she said, like, I don't agree with, because like some of the people, it's all they have is their house. Right. So like, why not help them?
Yeah, but
telling them to move.
No, I get it, and I'm not saying it's a bad concept. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah,
it's not.
Cindy Kaza on it was a whole lot better than Amy Allen, in my opinion.
So it looks like the chat's pretty divided too. There's some people who are like, that show's trash, and other people who are like, I love it. Okay, Brandi, you're gonna be. So we got one S tier, we got one trash tier. Where do you put this one? Remember, this is a democratic process. So
well, I have a problem with this show because Amy got a little. In the beginning, she was great, and everything went well. But as the shows progressed, she got a little over dramatic. There was always a stabbing pain or a pain, and I mean, she just over dramatized a lot of it, which led me to stop watching the show. But when it first came on, I'd watch it. I really liked it. But as it went on, I was like, oh, I don't know if that, the network's making her do that, or,
right.
I don't really know.
Yeah.
Right. But when Cindy was on, I kind of watched a little again, but it never regained my interest. So again, I've got to go with the B tier.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So we're all over the place. So I guess I'll be the decider. Okay. So for me, Dead Files was the show that got me into the paranormal. I've told this story multiple times, but the whole reason why I got into the paranormal was because I was helping out at my buddy's restaurant, and it was just playing, and nobody could find a remote, so we had to sit there and watch it all day. And then one day I'm just sitting there, I'd be like, holy shit, are ghosts real? And then, the sketches is what got me. Actually, my favorite part of the show is actually Steve DeShavi, when he actually gives the history.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
explains.
I agree.
and you learn. And the other thing that stood out to me about this show was that it's one of the few shows that actually gives you the ghost point of view in a roundabout way, because it talks about their history, right?
Yeah.
One of the things you learn about a lot of these people who die and become ghosts, you're like, wow, a lot of these people were assholes back in the day. Like people in the 1800s were real dicks. Everyone's just so abusive to each other.
Yeah, they were.
You know what? Also, I gotta say that I didn't like of the show. Here I am. I rated it high, but there are a few things that I didn't like. But is okay, so they went to this certain house, and I think it was one that was actually in Missouri, and it was like a Civil War had happened around there, like 3 miles away. So, okay, so there's a whole row of houses here. Why did that Civil War soldier decide to haunt that house? Was it, you know what I'm saying? Like that, where that battlefield was 3 miles away, and there's all these houses in between. So some of that stuff might be like where it goes back, like maybe the networks told her to say that. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the houses that the Civil War soldier could haunt, he picks this one 3 miles away. I just don't see that. I mean, that's kind of far-fetched for me.
Yeah,
so it could be a channel thing, where
it is kind of messed up how, like you mentioned earlier, Krista, how like she was telling people like they got to straight up move.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, if you got like an elemental that was once an African voodoo god living in your house, I mean, yeah, you gotta move.
Yeah.
You gotta bounce,
Yeah.
Also, what my favorite episode was, though? The one where they were like doing the walkthrough for this pastor's house, and this pastor's house obviously is mad haunted, right? And then during Amy's like walkthrough, she perceives like someone's getting abducted by aliens, right? In her vision. The witch house?
Was it a farmhouse?
I don't remember. I remember the family, like the father was a pastor. And then when the aliens are all like there, the gray aliens, all the ghosts in the house were like, oh my God, holy shit, aliens. I kind of like that. I was like, oh, so that's what happens when a ghost meets an alien. Okay, so.
Underrated, though. Her husband was underrated, or the ex-husband. He turned out to be her ex. They should have got him more involved instead of just going around covering things up.
Well, that's what happens when you break up with the cash cow of the show like that. He's got consequences he's got to deal with. Okay, so we've got Monica in trash tier, Krista in S tier. Brandi, where did you decide?
B tier.
B tier. I was S tier, but then as the show progressed, I was kind of like, eh. So let's put it in A tier just because of averages.
Okay.
Do we put it ahead of Haunting or before Haunting?
After.
Haunting above Dead Files?
I like that better than Dead Files.
All right.
That's just my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Within each level, there's also an order. That's the idea of tier lists. Okay. Here we go. Next one. A Boom. Deep South Paranormal.
Never seen it.
I've never seen it.
Never seen it. Krista, have you seen it?
Yes, and I could not get into it.
You're the only one who's seen it, so you decide which tier does it belong in.
I'm going to put it in trash tier. I could not get into it.
Trash tier.
It did not hold my
interest. Into the bin.
Trash tier. Damn, that's some.
Did not hold my interest even a little bit.
Was there anything
in particular? I think that kind of falls in with me and Monica. If we've never watched it, if we never even attempted to watch it, I think.
I tried.
Sorry, guys, I
tried.
So, was there anything in particular that caused it to go to trash tier?
Embellishment.
Oh, Ristel says, I saw it. Agree with Krista. Okay, well, democracy speaks.
Is it like Mountain Monsters, only size?
Yes. It's very fake.
Deep South Paranormal. Sorry, guys. You guys go in trash tier. Okay, next one. A Boom. Expedition X. Let's start with Brandi this time.
It's one of my favorites.
Oh, it's your favorites? S tier?
Yeah. It is definitely one of my favorites. Only because, we get the history, we get, to go investigating, we get to see what they're actually looking for, even though sometimes it turns out to be a little bit more funny than it should be because I end up laughing a lot. But I really like it. I really do like it.
I've never seen it.
You've never seen Expedition X?
I've never seen X. I don't have cable, so
Ah.
there's a lot of these I haven't seen.
Oh my goodness.
So people in the chat seem to like it.
Mhm.
Monica, what about you? Thoughts on Expedition X?
I love Josh Gates.
Oh,
There you go.
We'll put that in the S tier. I have met him. I like him a
Oh.
lot.
Mhm.
Yes, I love Josh Gates.
There you go.
And his original, like the very first TV show he came out with.
mhm.
What was that called? I can't remember. It's,
Destination.
Unknown.
Yeah,
Is that-
Destination Unknown.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
That I was so hooked on, and I was so bummed when they stopped making. I would
Agreed.
be watching it if he was making that. I love the premise. He even had like a really short-lived kind of ghost show. It only ran a
Mhm.
season where they were like kind of dropping people off on plant. It was plantation based down in the South.
Oh, wow.
I remember talking to him about it. And he was like, yeah, it's just really hard to get locations and, this and that. But yeah,
Mhm.
because of all of that, I will put that in the S tier. I do like Expedition.
Oh,
I
nice.
don't like it as well as the original show, but yeah, he goes in the S tier.
We still like him.
Yeah.
Krista, how about you? Thoughts?
So I agree with Monica and Brandi. I really like the show too. I have yet to watch it with the new gal. So I'm just going by with the old gal, but I like all the different topics. I mean, they do everything from ghost to cryptid, and I like that. So yeah, I see that deserves an S in my book.
All right, wow, we got our first S tier.
That's why you need to watch it, Donnie.
I'm gonna need to check this one out. Serious, like I need a new show to watch. Okay, here's the next one. We're going alphabetical order. You ready for this one? Boom! Found a Bigfoot. Monica, let's start with you this time. What do you think?
What
do you think, Monica?
We have a story about this one too. Brandi and I do.
Oh, we got stories.
I've got stories for days about this whole. I got stories for days about all of them.
Oh,
right?
Snap.
We've got stories too. Yes.
Yeah, because I know all of them except the fish lady.
Who's the fish lady?
What's her name? She's an ichthyologist. Grenade.
G's like they should have found Bigfoot.
You're not missing nothing, Monica. Let me tell you.
No, I met her.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Wait, why do they have a fish lady on a Bigfoot show?
I don't know. They wanted somebody with the scientific background. They wouldn't put women on any of these shows unless they had some sort of PhD behind their name.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
They will not cast you if you are a woman unless you have a PhD.
Well, in that specific case, I think the P meant personality. She didn't have one.
She really didn't. She was a wench and a half.
She is a B, and I blasted her on Blondes and Booze.
We've got personal.
She was so rude in person.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, she was so bad.
I mean, because she's comfortable with the fishes. She's like, well, you're a human. I'm not interested in you.
Yeah.
Landwalker.
Yeah. Let Brandi tell that story. What happened? What she did.
Tell us, Brandi.
So yeah, we were in Gatlinburg, and we were at the Bigfoot conference in Gatlinburg, and we have this big poster thing that we have all the celebrities come and sign and blah blah blah. That gets us a chance to talk to them, take pictures, da da da. So anyway, it's a good way to bring them into the Blondes and Booze world. You know what I mean? So she comes up and she's standing right next to me. And I look at her and I know who she is. She had a mask on. And I look at her and I almost dismissed her because her hair was completely like gray. And I mean like a white type of gray. So I was like, okay. But then she said something and I said, have you heard of us? She goes, yeah, I've heard of you guys and blah, blah, blah. And we start talking. Everything's good,
bullshit.
Yeah. And then and Krista says, well, will you sign our banner here? And she said, oh, yeah. The first thing she asked is if Matt Moneymaker
she picked up the pen. She picked up the pen to sign it, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she took the cap off, getting ready to sign it, and asked if Matt Moneymaker had signed it. And we said, no, we haven't seen him yet. And then she just put the cap back on and threw it down. She goes, well, I'll have to go find him, and then we'll both come back and sign it. Do you know we didn't even see her for the rest of the day. We didn't see her for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
We hadn't even seen Matt.
Yeah. So F her We can say that on Donnie's show. F.
Oh, yeah.
her.
Donnie, she gets
Yeah.
these.
Oh, she gets the middle. She gets the
double
bird.
one,
The
too,
double
a
bird.
double
Get
barrel.
those.
Oh, snap.
And
Yo,
I'm
this shit
sorry.
got real.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but you got to support the women out there, and she just
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
did
And
not.
we
She
had
And
wouldn't
that
even
is
talk to me when I
children.
tried to talk to her. She walked right past me. And I
Oh,
was standing
snap.
with Cliff and Matt.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, see?
Wow.
Yeah.
So
I am so
see,
sorry,
she said
everybody, that
to-
I
yeah.
Roger
flew the
Blair.
bird.
Roger Blair says the show would have been 100% better without the woman on it.
Agreed.
That's misogynistic, sir.
Well,
No,
that
I'm
would
just
have been
kidding.
nice if they would have found something
Yeah.
Bigfoot at any point. You know what I mean?
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if you're a man or a woman. You can still suck either way.
And here's the
Right,
thing.
right.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Greg Ogles is putting out that new documentary that we're going to this weekend. He got more on that documentary than Finding Bigfoot did the whole 10, 12 years they were on, and that's the truth.
Right.
Oh,
Right.
damn.
So
Okay.
it's amazing how they never
So-
found anything.
Well,
So I'm just
you know
saying.
that the TV shows are geared to do that for
Right.
you.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
understand
To
that.
drag you along.
I used to have to like okay, because Fish Lady aside, they're the three of them are personal friends. We've been friends before they even had the TV show, and I would have to defend them because people. I mean, it's a legitimate like gripe, especially from researchers, right? Well,
Yeah.
you know, they're out there doing this and that. Well, it's a TV show, and it's ratings for the network. They're not going to find shites, right? Because there's no money in finding anything. There's no money in a cure, and there's no money in finding the monster. It's all about the chase.
And
Mm.
you're
So-
absolutely look. I'm hooked on A Curse of Oak Island. Then they haven't found
They haven't found
barely
shit.
anything.
Yeah.
Barely anything, and I'm still hooked.
They'll find like a Roman coin and be like, "Oh my god, it's the most amazing
Oh my
thing
god!
ever."
I mean, but the history on it, and where they go back and they travel, and
Right.
they're trying to put all these. That's what keeps me,
See, what I did
intrigued.
like about Finding Bigfoot is they did have the town hall meetings.
I like
Right.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
I did like the
yeah.
town hall meetings where they would send the scouts out ahead and let the people know. They would gather the locals around,
Mhm.
and those were interesting to attend.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right,
So
to hear the
Monica-
locals come forward.
Question: when they would stay out in the woods, would they really stay out there by themselves for those
Yeah.
days? They really did.
Yeah,
Okay.
they really did. They had a cameraman.
But it
They
was
were really
no-
out there by themselves. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I don't know about Renee, but I know that Cliff for sure. Cliff would not fake something. Cliff is like such a dyed in the
Okay.
wool researcher, and Bobo too.
Mhm.
But I think we have. So, Monica, where would you put? What tier would you put them?
When they were on, like in their heyday, I would have put them in an A tier. I would have watched them. I mean, I support my friends.
Well, this one's hard to because I'm like, we've got 2 for trash tier, 1 for A tier.
And my only thing with trash tier, like I said, is Renee. What she did.
Sure.
Yeah, she you know what? She insulted Brandi. No, that's unforgivable.
The majority, like of the cast, were my friends. Like I
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, how about this? How about in between? We'll put it in B tier, just
There we go.
because
Meh.
the meh tier.
Yeah.
We're
I mean, because
neutral.
I did watch it. I mean, not faithfully, but I did watch it, and then I never, really wanted to even follow up with it after Renee.
I have a postcard around here somewhere where I was out drinking with them, and Renee refused to come out, which was fine. I didn't give a shit. I want to hang out with her anyway.
Yeah.
Who was that negativity? Who
Right.
was the negativity?
It was one of the Finding Bigfoot, postcards that they handed out at the things, and Matt and Cliff and Bobo were writing some really obscene things about Renee on the postcard. I've got that in a box around here somewhere.
Mm.
That's awesome.
That's why I don't
They
understand how she
Hated
lasted on
her.
that
Oh,
show.
they hated her.
Nobody
Wow.
liked her, even the audience. So I don't. I didn't get the popularity thing.
And they
So
were openly
I
hostile.
really like Bobo though.
Bobo's fun.
okay,
It's
so
a
then
great
we'll put it in B tier, but are we putting it ahead of Celebrity Ghost Story or behind?
We'll
I
let
would put
Monica
it
have
ahead
that.
of it.
We'll
Yeah.
put
Put
it
it ahead
ahead.
of it.
Let's see
Yeah.
here.
Okay. All right. Well. Okay. Are you ready for the next one?
Yep.
Yeah, we're ready.
Ghost Adventures, baby.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Uh,
What do we think about this one, ladies? What are we thinking about this one?
Not everything's a demon. Just saying.
are they coming from the Warren School of Demonology?
Sinfully's like trash. She's like trash.
I will say when they first came out,
Mhm.
they would have been A tier for me or S tier for me. When they first came out,
Mhm.
it was new. I liked it.
Mhm.
But as it progressed, he's such a douche.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes. I mean, when they first came out and it had Nick Groff in it
Yep.
and all of that, I really enjoyed
Mhm.
that show. That got me really hooked into the
Mhm.
whole ghost hunting thing when it first came out years ago. But it seemed like when they started changing, when Nick Groff left, and that was very abrupt, I knew something was wrong.
Yep. It was Zach.
And,
Zach is the
and
problem.
every now and then I still will tune in, not to anything new, but watch a rerun or something. But what got me the most is me and my kids would call this the Dude Bro Show.
Mhm.
For real.
Because you would hear one of them
Dude,
going,
yeah.
dude, and then you hear the other one, bro. And that's
Yeah.
all you heard through the entire thing after a while. And it was just, that's why we call it the Dude
Yeah.
Bro Show.
He said,
So-
Red Edge
I-
Savage says it got to where I was expecting each new episode to include Zach being punched or something.
Yeah.
Exactly. Or scratched. Scratched too. He's always got
Or
scratched.
nearly possessed.
Yep.
He's nearly
Or-
possessed by
or-
that also.
Very good one being locked in some type of room. Locked in. Yeah, that was the,
Yep.
the
And for
the
somebody
purpose
who
of the
gets
show.
beat up by the paranormal, he is very confrontational with them.
Yes.
Yes.
And you know how he sends everybody else in instead of going himself? Like, are you that big of a pussy that you have to send? Seriously, like,
It
you
seems
know?
like it because he hardly went anywhere alone, and if it was just like a brief blip in the whole scheme of the show. You know,
Yeah.
But
Well,
ladies, just I have to remind you though that look at what he looks like with his shirt off though.
No,
it's a butt his face. It's a butt his face.
Oh, he's a butterface?
Yeah, he's a
Oh.
butt. Yeah, he's a
He's a
butterface.
butterface.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so I know for a fact they went to the Pythian Castle in Springfield, Missouri. I have ghost hunted that place probably 20 times. There is not one demonic entity at the Pythian Castle, and that was one of the first things Zach said. There's a demon in the basement.
It's a demon.
That's a
It's
demon.
No, there's not. Yeah.
There's-
So to me, they used the D word and a little too much. You know, I think they used it for
Yeah.
views.
He likes throwing that D around.
Yep.
yeah.
The Warren School of Demonology.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
So I guess it's safe to assume that we're putting this one in trash tier.
My book.
It's a meh tier for me. Like, oh,
Me too.
It's a B tier. It's a B tier because I really, really enjoyed the first season. I really, really did. I mean, I was actually hooked.
yeah.
We'll
I
put
did
it.
see his movie about the ghost house,
Mhm.
I did.
Which was
and parts of
was
that
decent.
spooked me. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Parts of it got me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It was decent. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, we'll put it.
His ego just blew up, and that ruined the show.
Right.
So we got 2 for B tier, 1 for trash tier. We'll put it at the bottom of B tier. How about that? Behind Celebrity Ghost Story.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now I
That'll
have
work.
heard though, a friend of mine, he did Sally House, Tony Pickman, and they did Ghost Adventures did an episode at the Sally House, and they went to Tony's house and talked to him and his current home, talked to him about what happened, and they asked him to come to the Sally House. First, Tony said no. However, he changed his mind only because he was told by Zach that they had a teenage medium going to the Sally House who had no business being in that house. So Tony went, and they ended up getting jacked up, both of them, Tony and the girl. And so I lost all respect for that. Why would you put a teenage kid in where there's a demonic entity?
No
Nope.
kidding.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a true story. I heard that from Tony himself.
Yikes.
So he ended up going that night, and it's on film, but he had no intentions of going back to that house.
So just to recap so far, we've got in S tier, we've got Expedition X. In A tier, we've got A Haunting, followed by Dead Files. B tier, we've got Finding Bigfoot, followed by Celebrity Ghost Story. In the bottom of B tier, we have Ghost Adventures and Deep Sound Paranormal in Trash tier. Okay, here's the next one. Ghost Brothers. What do you all think of Ghost Brothers?
Never seen it, but I heard good things about it.
I love that show. I wish they would come back with new episodes. In fact, I like it a lot because now Dalen Spratt he's got a YouTube channel and I watch all of them faithfully. He goes to different locations like famous people who have passed away, and he'll go to their grave sites and do like EVP sessions and stuff. And believe it or not, he gets EVPs and, he'll run a ghost box and stuff and it'll sound like these people, and so I like that show. I wish they would bring it back.
I guess for me, it was more comedy than it was anything because, and I like that. I mean, because we do on investigations, we do cut up a lot, a lot. So, I mean, I guess that just reminds me of what it's really like when we're investigating and stuff. And though I didn't watch all of their episodes and I didn't tune in every new episode, I would always catch the episodes. I wouldn't pass a new episode.
Yeah,
I would put mine probably in the A tier.
A tier?
Yeah.
Sinfully was like, I was on an episode on Fright Club with the Ghost Brothers. I love Marcus.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome, Simply.
That is awesome.
I've heard that they are, I haven't had the fortunate chance to meet them, but I have heard that they are the nicest guys. Like they're really genuinely real.
So, Krista, where do you put them? A tier?
I would agree with Brandi. Yeah.
A tier? Monica, what about you?
I've never seen them, so I'll
Okay,
go with
so
it. But I've heard such good things. I agree.
She can't vote. She can't vote.
okay,
But
so
you should, Monica, because it is quite hilarious.
Krista and Brandy, where in A tier do you want to put them?
I put them up front myself.
Up front. Okay.
Yes.
Front of A
I
tier.
would.
Mm-hmm.
I would put them first. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Because it was entertaining, nonetheless.
By the way, this is real challenging switching back and forth like this. I hope you can appreciate how difficult it is. Okay, here's a classic. Ghost Hunters. We've all seen this one.
Yep.
This was like the original one, if you think about it.
It is the original.
It's the original ones. So
I like it.
I liked it. It would be definitely my S tier.
That would be your S tier?
Yeah, it would be in my S tier. Until everything fell apart, or when it was falling apart, probably that last season and a half is when it went all to hell. But before that, I loved every episode, and I would tune in to those episodes.
Yeah, I have to say too, years ago, gosh, when that show first came out, I don't know, it was probably like 2007 or something. I went to St. Louis University. They did a workshop there and met the both of them two. Super, super nice guys. Both of them were. And then here 2 years ago, I spoke at Scarefest and just Jason Hawes was there. And I very, very nice guy. And he was no different than he was, back in 2007 before the show got big. So my point being is there's no ego there. And I think they genuinely care about the paranormal and the people that they help and the locations. That's
like, I still watch him today. I still watch him today.
Yep. And
on YouTube and everything else.
And we went to, I will say, so you wanted some gossip. We went to the after party with them. And I have pictures of Tango and Steve hanging on us. We were holding them up because they were so drunk.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, so I used to watch in the beginning, and when it first came out, there were no other shows like it, like paranormal investigation shows. I thought it was cool as shit. But I kind of fell off, later on. What exactly happened? Why did they wind up splitting up? Because they seemed like inseparable in the beginning, right?
Well, yeah, but then I think one
Grant Wilson faked some evidence for a show, and they found out about it, which just ruined everything.
And Jason was not cool with it. He's not about making evidence or anything like that. So they parted ways because of that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's their name, and we say this all the time. Your reputation's everything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But if you go to Jason's YouTube channel, he does do an episode where he talks about everything that happened. So if you're very curious or don't know the story, he explains it. So you can go there and watch all of that.
Cool. I'm gonna have to check that out. So what have we decided in terms of the tier list?
For me, it's an A, I would say.
Monica?
It's an S tier for me.
Brandy's S, Krista's A. Monica, where do you put it?
All on you, Monica.
So are we talking about right now, or are we talking about when this show was in its heyday?
That particular show, that one.
I'll let you decide on that one, Monica.
So in its heyday, like it was S tier for me. Like I would plan my viewing around this show.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When it first came out, because like you said, Donnie, it was the first of its kind. And I was like, hell yeah, I love this.
Yeah.
But if it comes on now, I mean, as it progressed, I felt they started adding new team members and I didn't like a lot of the personalities that they were adding. But now if it came on today, I'd be like, what season is it? You know, who's on there?
Right. They have 30 seasons, I think.
I mean,
well,
I would
the ghost hunter thing. I don't know how to base it because it's with Grant Wilson and without. You have to go based on that. Mm-hmm. So Donnie, what is it? Is it with Grant Wilson or without?
Let's just do it in the entirety of the show overall.
It's going to be an A tier just because I'm going to have to
all right.
I have to stop and figure out what season's on before I stop and watch it.
Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put this in A tier now. Should we put it where in A tier are we putting it?
I personally would put it before Dead Files.
Yeah.
After Haunting.
Yeah. For me.
Okay. Does that seem right, Brandi and Monica?
I think it should be moved up quite a bit. I think I'd put in front of a Haunting.
Okay.
Just because it is one of the OG shows.
Yeah, it is the OG show.
And it should really go there.
Yeah, it deserves credit for that.
Right. Because of the notoriety that it gained throughout, it was one of the biggest shows.
Yeah.
And honestly, it still kind of is. You just have to watch it on Discovery.
Okay.
Right.
So
Discovery Plus.
Yeah.
This one I'm not sure you ladies have seen. I've watched every episode and it's one of my personal favorites. Are you ready for this one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Ghosts in the Hood.
I like how there's ran right through the wall.
Yeah.
Bugs Bunny style.
I've never seen this one.
So it's basically so the premise is it's a serious ghost investigation, right? They have the team, the investigators, they have a medium, they have a tech guy and everything, right? And the people, for what it's worth, those people are serious. But they also have a stand-up comedian who's the cousin, the second cousin of the leader.
That's cool.
And he just cracks jokes all the time and he looks like a complete asshole. And he'll crack the most inappropriate jokes during the investigate, when they interview the people.
That sounds like something you'd enjoy, Johnny.
Yeah. And then everyone just looks at him during the show and they'll be like, dude, you're an idiot, right? But the thing is, every time there's a paranormal attack, he gets the brunt of it and he starts shrieking he's all shrill. He's like,
I wrote it down because I'm going to look it up.
Oh, so it was canceled after one season. Krista, every episode is available right now for free on YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Oh my gosh.
It's 6 episodes.
Cool.
We're going to have to binge watch that.
There was some ridiculous ass shit. There was one episode where they were investigating a funeral home in the middle of Compton.
Oh my god.
This fucking place had a drive-through. There was a drive-through or viewing section.
A drive-through viewing.
Yeah. set up like McDonald's, and they
weird.
would have the coffin in like a glass, like
You have
behind
them
a
like
glass
propped up,
wall.
like you're
A
going
lot of
through
them,
the
a
bank.
lot of them would do that. A lot of
Yeah.
them would do that. Yeah.
There was this one episode called "It's Going Down in Koreatown." Come on.
Is that why you started watching it?
No, I was just like, that's so ridiculous. It's so ridiculous. Wait, Mark,
Oh,
wait, Brandy, there were a lot of funeral homes at that drive-through
Yeah.
viewings.
And they also had drive-through drop-offs
Hmm.
for people that would
that's
pass
weird.
away. They'd have like kind of like, you know how they do the whole the baby thing now. So you know, if you can't handle the baby or can't deal with the baby or whatever, they have drop-offs and they have this little thing that they
Right.
open and put the baby in and shut the door. Same thing with bodies. It's serious. It's very, very serious. If you look at Hot Springs, Arkansas, there is the history of it being there, and you can still see where they had the opening where they could put the body in.
Just an anonymous body dump
Yep.
That's weird.
in the funeral home.
Yeah.
So
Random
Yeah.
ass dead body.
that's how you.
Yeah.
That's real saying something about the neighborhood you're in.
Yeah, it
And you've
is.
got a funeral home like that. Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine if you're going through like you know, one of the sicknesses that went, the flus
Right.
or the plague, whatever you want to call it. Like we had COVID. Okay, so we had that. Can you imagine if you just had a family member pass away and you're like, they're not staying here tonight. We got to drive them down and just dump
Yeah.
them off.
Talk about a drive-by.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, like
But it's
there's
literally
so
there.
many
It's
other
in the
things you
history.
can do than just shove them in the night deposit at the funeral home.
That's funny.
It's so
right.
disrespectful.
It is.
Yeah.
It truly
They're
is.
dropping like flies.
Yeah, if someone did that to my body, I'm definitely coming back
Yeah,
as a
I'm
ghost.
coming
I'm
and
like, screw
finding
that.
you.
Yeah, I'm haunting some
Right.
shit.
You
Yeah.
know, but we do have to talk about that a little bit because we have to talk about Waverly Hills just for a minute, you know, because it was a tuberculosis center. And there were people, they were having just bodies piling up. And it got to be so bad that they were trying not to upset the people that were hospitalized there. So that was where the death chute would come down. And in the middle of the night, they would
That I
have
understand.
nurses come and pick them up from right there. But it got so bad that the bodies were actually piling up and they didn't have enough hearses to come get these bodies.
Hmm.
Wow.
So they started hauling them off.
Damn.
Yeah.
No, I get the death chute. I don't get the night deposit at the funeral home.
Me either. I'm with
Or
you.
the drive-through viewing.
Yeah.
Or the
Yeah,
drive-through
drive-through
viewing.
viewing.
That's
It's the same thing.
How many people
It's
are
the
you
same thing.
expecting at your
They-
funeral?
Yeah.
It-
And
it's
here's
like-
the thing, like when you go to, at least for me, I mean, I'm not going there like for that person. They're dead, obviously. You know, you're going to support the family and their friends. And you
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So why not get out of your freaking car and go in there and pay your respects? You know? Yeah.
Okay,
I
but
know who
I
it
mean,
is.
I
Did
can-
they
I
write
can
their
just think
name like on their
it's-
chest and shove them in there?
Yeah, I can just see you dropping off cousin Joe.
Yeah.
Cousin Joe, night deposit.
Yeah. Night deposit. That's funny.
okay, so I will decide on this one as I'm the only person in this group who has seen it. But if you for a couple things, like I said, S tier is either binge watch or you'll drop what you're doing or plan around it. I'm going to tell you right now, look up on YouTube, Ghosts in the Hood full episodes. They're all up there for free for viewing.
Mhm.
It is hilarious. It is fucking hilarious.
I am going to watch it.
It is absolutely
I wrote it down.
hilarious. Like I was watching this with my my girlfriend at the time a couple years back, and she's not even into all the ghost stuff, but she literally like fell off the couch,
That's funny.
like laughing. So for that, I'm going to put it at the bottom of S tier,
Awesome. Okay. It's worth watching then.
out of respect.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, where are we now? So, okay. I think this next one, some of you ladies will be familiar with. Ghost
Oh,
Lab.
yeah. Red and Berry.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
It's been a hot minute since I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been quite a bit. And Krista and I are biased.
We are, because I'm pretty good friends with Barry, honestly, and we've investigated with these guys on several occasions, and they just do some cool shit in their investigations. Like we held one conference and they were some of our speakers, and it was at the Ray County Museum that they came to. And so everybody that had bought the tickets, it was really cool because they're such loud guys. I don't know if you know that or not, but they're both very loud.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like the whole museum, and it's like 14,000 square feet. So it's a big museum. It's three levels. Like Brad, he's louder than Barry. Brad just yelled, "Hey, everybody, we're going to do this EVP session, and be quiet." And like he had everybody, no matter what floor you were on, doing this. And it was really cool.
You heard him. Yeah.
So yeah, they really, really like cater to their fans, and the show itself, some of the experiments they do was really cool. And I respect them 100% because the reason they're not on TV anymore is because they would not fake.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so
Krista, is that an S tier for you?
I would say so, just because they're friends. I'm like,
Monica?
We're friends.
They're a B tier for me.
For the show itself, B tier?
Yeah, just based on the show. Now, I worked with them like behind the scenes, like very briefly for a few months because they were trying to develop a TV show that I was looped in on. And we went through the whole rigmarole, like developing shows, writing shows, doing this and that, pitching it to networks, that kind of thing. And they were cool. It was me and Ken Gerhard and Jody Cook and a couple of other people. And it obviously it didn't go anywhere.
So, would have been a cool show, though.
It would have been a cool show. We had to research. Well, like we had to build the episodes, and we had to write the scripts and like pitch it, like write the pitches and all that stuff. And Clean Brothers were like the ones really marketing it to the networks.
Yeah.
So and they were cool. Ken did most of the conversations with them. He was the one talking to them more than anybody else was. So, I mean, they were very nice during all of that. But but based on the show, I remember I liked it, but I don't remember much about it all the years later. Like, it's not something I'm seeking out to watch right now.
Yeah.
And that's the only reason I'm putting it in that. I mean, I remember when I watched it, I liked it. So
like high B.
Yeah, a high B for me.
Brandi, where are you putting it? You'll be the decider.
Remember who your friends are, Brandi.
The show. I know. I never watched that show until after what they were on for 2 seasons. I guess after the 2 seasons, that's when I watched it. I never knew about the show. Don't ask me why I didn't. I don't know. But I never did. But I'm going to tell you that I really did like it. I would put it in the F tier.
Yeah.
Because I really did.
Can I plug something really quick?
Sure.
So 2 weeks after the conference that we are all doing, Brandi and I are doing Malvern Manor, and the Kling brothers are our featured people.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So in this case, Democracy Speaks. We've got 2 votes for S tier. I've never seen it, so I don't really have a vote. Monica put it in high B.
And Brad has a heck of a karaoke voice. Just
so we will put this one in S tier, but I'm going to put it behind Ghost in the Hood because I still think Ghost in the Hood, based off what I'm hearing, would be more entertaining.
That's fair.
Okay. Now, oh man, we're going through these kind of slow. We need to pick up the pace because you ladies have another show to do.
Why, you gotta be somewhere?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
I don't.
We have an hour and a half.
Okay.
The next show starts.
Okay, how about this one? Ghost Nation.
Never saw it.
Never saw it.
So I already told you the story about Stephen Tango.
Yeah.
So they do some okay locations.
I like the show too. I do like the show. I like the work they did on the House in Between, which was kind of cool. Both 1 and 2. I'm gonna have to put that at an A because I could miss it, but I'll go back to it. Yeah,
nice.
I could miss it, but I'd go back to it. Mhm.
Monica,
I never saw it.
never saw it. So we got never saw A. Krista, where'd you put it?
I'm going to agree with Brandi. I'm going to go with an A. I liked it.
A.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So then in
Mhm.
that case, let's put this one behind Ghost Hunters, because it's not going to be as good as the OG. What about ahead of Haunting? Behind Ghost Hunters?
For me, I would even put it in front of Ghost Hunters, but that's just my opinion.
Oh,
Yeah,
Brandi, what
I
do you
think
think?
so. I think, Krista, you're right.
Okay.
I think you're right.
Mhm.
Because I
All
like the
right.
work they were doing after Grant Wilson
Yeah.
left. Absolutely.
And I believe they truly do care about the locations. They're, like,
Hmm.
yeah.
I know they had some awesome locations. That's what's in. Well,
Mhm.
that's what I was intrigued by. Is they got to go to cool places.
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
I'll have to check it out. I just didn't catch it.
It's worth checking
But
out.
it's like a similar-ish show, right? To Ghost Hunters?
It is. It is, but it's just minus.
minus Grant.
It's the same. It's on the same premise.
Well,
Yeah, it's on
that
the
guy
same
did
premise.
fake, so fuck him. So the show's better for it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, and also they have like a Satori. Sometimes she's on the Ghost Nation and things like that. So,
Okay.
which is Satori is Jason's daughter.
Hmm.
I'm with that with her techniques. I'm not sold on her 100%.
Yeah, I'm not either. I'm with you.
Haunted Collector.
Never
Monica's
you-
not.
Hmm?
And Monica was shaking her head no.
No?
I've
Trash?
just never seen it.
Never seen it?
Mm-mm.
So you're missing the main important character in this picture, who is John Zaffis.
Mm.
And John Zaffis alone, I mean, he's cool as shit. Like, he would go smoke with me and Brandi would sing karaoke with him.
He's the man.
So, yeah.
He's
So
the man.
just that fact alone, man.
Maybe
Where you put it?
if
And I
Zaffis
love
is
this
in
show
it,
because-
maybe I have seen it.
Yeah, he takes the
I've seen
haunted
a show
items
with
to
Zaffis
his
in it.
museum.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's not something I got into.
Yeah, and
So the girl the girl I know is Zaffis's daughter. That is not his son. The other two are not.
So what's the premise of the show? I mean, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think. Like, obviously, were they going to collect haunted?
he takes haunted objects and puts them in his own museum under protections and things like that. But you go into the history and then the things that are associated with it. And
Okay.
it's
He goes
awesome.
to homes and then he'll take it to like these old artifacts, and he'll take it to someone who knows, about that artifact and maybe give a year or a little bit.
Because I do like John Zaffis. I like John.
Yeah, he is cool as shit.
Yeah.
I gotta say.
Oh, yeah.
He
Oh,
doesn't look like it. He looks like it'd be a stiff-legged guy. No, not at all.
No.
He's a lot of fun. Yeah. For that reason alone,
Says he was related to Ed Warren. Really?
yeah, he's their nephew.
Oh,
Yes.
nice.
Wow.
His nephew.
Okay, so Krista, what tier are we putting this one? What have we
For
decided?
me, just because of John Zaffis, I like him. I'm gonna say an A.
A tier, Brandi.
A.
A.
Mhm.
Okay. A. Where an A? Where are we putting
I
it?
would put it before Dead Files.
Before
Oh.
Dead Files.
I would even put it before a haunting.
Before Haunting.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Right here.
Yeah.
It was interesting. I mean, the show was very interesting. I mean, the topics
Okay.
and the items and what happened with the items. It was really cool. Yeah.
All right. So here is the next one. Oh, Hellier.
Oh,
Oh, I like that.
me too.
So,
Guys, I've never seen this one. I'm
Really?
gonna have to write it down.
what, Brandi? You never saw Hellier? Oh,
I didn't.
It's pretty good.
Me too.
Holy crap,
Pretty good.
Brandi! So this one, I was fucking glued to the TV. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
I would agree. That's like,
That first season got me sucked right in.
Yeah.
Second season ends, and then once the second season's over, I see all this stuff. I'm like, what the fuck, guys? Where's the third season? I'm looking online. I look up these people's Instagrams to see what's going on. I'm like, we're still waiting on that shit.
it's the Newkirks. Brandi.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, I saw that, but I'm like, I don't think I'd ever seen the show.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. It's good. You got to watch it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it was really good. I liked it.
I binge watched the crap out of it
Yep. It's worth watching.
because it's got everything.
I'm
It's
putting
got
it down.
it's got like psychic
Yeah.
stuff, ghost stuff, cryptid stuff, UFO stuff,
and it's well
government
done.
conspiracy.
I mean,
Yeah, and
well
it's
done.
based out of like they went to Kentucky.
Yeah.
yeah, like backwoods Kentucky. Like,
Exactly.
Yeah, like gas. Like
Yeah.
Hellier's got like a gas station, and that's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so where are we putting it? I'm thinking we put Hellier in S tier personally.
yeah, it's in S tier for sure for
Yeah,
me.
I would go S also.
I would actually put it in front of Ghosts in the Hood. Are we putting it in front of Expedition X though? Where do you think?
No.
Not in my opinion.
No.
I'm like, no.
All right. Yeah, Brandi, you really got to watch Hellier. It's real interesting.
Yeah.
I wrote it down. I
Yeah.
wrote it down. And then
There's
plus
people
I
in
wrote
chat that
Ghosts in the
watched
Hood
it.
down too, so I
Yeah.
can watch that.
There's people in chat
Okay.
that haven't watched it, but y'all really do.
Oh, you should. Yeah, you guys should check it out. It's pretty good.
But have
How about-
time to binge watch.
Oh yeah, give it a
I
couple
know
of
of the
days.
Newkirks. I know of the Newkirks, but I didn't ever
You're
watch the
cool.
show.
I love them.
Had Carl Pfeiffer from Estes. You know Carl.
Yeah, there is some really reckless stuff on that show if you think about
Yeah.
it. Like, all right. Anyway, okay. Here's the next one. The Holzer Files.
Mm.
That's a no-brainer for me.
That's a no-brainer.
Which
It's
one?
definitely an A tier. It's
Yeah.
not an A tier, but an S tier.
S tier?
Only because I liked how they went back in after,
Mhm.
Hans went in and did his thing
Yeah.
and, went back and revisited it and where they could get in at that, they just investigated it all over again. And I really, really enjoyed that. I mean, it was very entertaining. There was a lot of information, history, and all that through the show. So I do give it an S tier.
Yeah. And if you guys haven't watched, we had Dave Schrader on our show.
Yeah.
Monica co-hosted with us that night. And he's a lot of fun. He has great personality and yeah.
He's got a crazy personality. I was shocked at
Yeah.
how funny he was. Like
Yeah.
he wasn't as stiff as I expected him.
Not at all. Not at all.
Oh, yeah. If
He's
you watch,
that nice
if you
in
watch
person
him on
too.
Yeah, if you watch him on his podcast, you
And
would
he
already,
actually-
you would have got that already.
He did. He also spoke at Scarefest, the same one that Ghost Hunters was at, and we were at, and we went to the after party. He was there, and he did a plug for Blondes and Booze.
Yes,
Very
he did.
nice.
Yes, he
Nice.
did.
So I appreciate.
Okay,
it.
we're Monica.
I
you're
don't
in
know.
agreement?
That one
S tier?
almost surpasses Expedition X for me, but I'll let Monica and Brandi be the.
I'll let
be
you
the
decide.
call-outs for that one.
Where does it go, Monica?
Well, let's look at the tiers.
Oh, you want to look at a tier? Okay, hold on.
I put it in ahead of Hellier.
Ahead of Hellier?
Yeah.
Oh, we're putting in an S tier. Okay, Brandi, you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Ahead of Hellier, behind Expedition X.
Yes.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
sorry.
Wow.
You're gonna have a hard time knocking Expedition X.
Well,
Hey,
yeah,
is a-
See, for me, I'm the opposite. Yeah.
I've heard from other people that shall not be named that Joshua Gates is a little hard to work with.
Yes, we have heard that.
He's a little hard to work with, but I think what he comes out with, what he's showing on TV, basing it on that, is A plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say that he's got a very he's got boundaries.
Strict.
Yes.
Strict.
I can say that yes, Josh Gates has boundaries.
Strict boundaries.
Putting it
Yes.
nicely.
Yeah, but he's not a bad guy. I mean, because I spent like the entire day with him, and
That's
he
cool.
was not a bad guy.
He just has his
He's, I mean,
particulars.
well, he's got his particulars and he's got his boundaries, but he's also a pretty serious public figure, and somebody who's got that much in the public eye, you've got to have like a pretty strict boundary.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he actually did quite a bit with Ghost Hunters too, and their different
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Josh Gates was on that too. So
Yeah.
Okay. Now the next one is a classic. Hold on. Let me pull up. Let me go. Okay. Next one. In Search of with Leonard Nimoy. We've all seen this one, right?
Classic. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic, man.
I love that one. I do. Yeah.
Did you know they came out with the new version of In Search of, but then now they got Zachary Quinto hosting it.
Yes.
The guy who played Spock in the new movie. I was like, oh, that's kind of awesome, actually.
I did not know that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's
I
not as good as
don't
the
watch
original.
that. I mean, I don't watch that like I did the original.
Yeah.
I like the original.
Yeah.
Where are we putting this one, ladies?
That's what kind of piqued my
A tier?
interest.
Yeah, it piqued my interest. I mean, when we were kids, that was like
that was it.
That was the
got you
show.
into it. Yeah.
Right.
All right, so we'll put it like low A tier.
I would agree with Monica. Yeah.
I wouldn't put it low A tier. I'd put it high A tier because it's an OG.
Okay, where would you put it ahead of? Ghost Hunters, Ghost Nation, Ghost Brothers. Ghost Brothers is at the top of A tier. Then Ghost Nation, Ghost Hunters.
I would put it in front of Ghost Brothers for sure.
Ghost Brothers?
One.
Oh, we're putting it at the very top of the A tier. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that one, you know.
It is the OG, the OG of the OGs.
It is. And it always kept you wondering, you know, it really did.
Right.
All right.
The show was very well done.
It was. The intro music's playing in my head right now.
Oh, nice.
Like the show,
Yeah, and you can't ask for a better host than Leonard Nimoy. That kind of
yeah,
like
no,
that.
That show was well done. Yeah.
You know, another show that was good too. That's an old one. That was Sightings.
Oh, that's coming up. That's coming up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, but we're going in alphabetical order. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Here's the next one. Kindred Spirits.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
only because of a certain person on that show.
Yeah, I don't like a very certain person on that show.
Me either.
Oh, what happened?
I believe I love Chip Coffey and I love Adam Berry.
Amen. That's where I'm at with you on that.
I love them.
Yeah.
I love them. Yes. Again, somebody else very difficult to work with.
It went to her head. I'll just
not even nice to the public, though.
No, she's not.
Nice to the just nice to the public. She's not nice to the public.
No, she is all about herself.
We got. Oh, she's a B word. Oh, I see.
She is Amy. Amy Bruni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when I really got out of Ghost Hunters, was when they were bringing her around.
Yeah, it was good to see her leave Ghost Hunters.
Oh,
but she was okay on Ghost Hunters because she never had a main spot. You know what I mean? She wasn't in charge of shit.
She wasn't, but anytime she was on there, it was like nails across a chart.
Yeah. I thought Chris was better. Do you guys like Chris when she was on there?
She was okay.
I liked her better than Amy.
They were kind of the same.
She's a great person.
Yeah.
I talked to her at long length. She's a really sweet, kind, person, and I really like her.
Chris, you're talking about, not Amy.
Chris, not Amy. Chris was very personable. And I just generally like her better. So, but the Amy, no.
So then, where are we putting this one?
I mean, I used to watch it in the beginning before I really knew who Amy was.
Yeah.
And I would put that in a low B tier.
Me too. I agree.
Low B?
Trash tier, I wouldn't even watch it because I knew who was on it.
Trash tier. Oh, we're going trash tier?
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we have to think about, was the show good? And when it first started, it was. I thought it was good.
So
I like the ones with Chip. Now they use like other psychic mediums on some of them. The ones were really good. I like he actually makes a lot of that show, I think.
Yeah, there's only one Chip. There's only one Chip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and speaking of Chip, like he could use prayers too because he's been very, very sick.
Yeah, he has.
I think he's still in the hospital, y'all.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like we got one for trash, one for low B. So it looks like a low B behind.
Yeah.
Are we going to put it behind Ghost Adventures?
Yep. I can deal with Zach Bagans over her.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, in a sad way, yeah, that's true.
All right. We'll bring it low B.
That's
I
true.
love the way I can deal with Zach.
Yeah, get a 6-pack, Amy
And
Bruni.
that's
Then we'll
saying
talk.
something, everybody. That's saying something.
Yeah.
For real.
Okay. Oh, how about this one? A boom Monster Quest.
Wow, do we
I
all
was on that. So we got
Oh snap!
Monica don't
That's
get the
not
vote
even
for
fair.
this
We can't
one.
even rate that. We can't even rate that.
yeah. I mean, I was on
watch
it.
all the episodes.
Yeah, she doesn't,
Actually-
she doesn't get a say because she's on that show.
Actually,
Yeah.
for this episode, I did a little bit of research. I was like, "Oh shit, this is the show that Monica was on." So
Did you
I
find
actually
the worst possible still
Can I-
living?
can I show it still? Do I have your permission, Monica?
Yeah, go ahead.
A boom.
There I
There
am.
she is.
Looking cold
Fighting
and damp.
achieved. Red circles.
That's
And
There's a
somebody's
Monica
even
sighting.
pointing at me.
There she is.
Yep.
Well, there she is.
I gotta
Very
say, you look
She has that
way.
look like
I gotta say, Monica, you look way different on that show.
Yeah.
you
That was
do.
like a while ago.
Yeah,
That was
you do.
2007.
You honestly do.
It was 2006 when it was filmed. So I
Wow.
was
Damn.
33. I was
Yeah.
a lot younger.
Yeah, you look a
way
lot different.
Yeah.
Way.
I still had all my baby fat when I was 33.
Fat on baby fat. Well, of course, you know that's got to go on the S tier. It's got to go on the S tier.
Yeah, once I actually, well, I was torn because once I saw this, I was like, oh, instant S tier, shoot straight to the top. But then there was one scene in Monster Quest because for this show I wanted to like I'd never seen it, so I watched it, and there's one scene there that did kind of fuck me up. I'll be honest. There was an Asian Bigfoot experiencer, and I was like, wait a minute, that kind of ruined my whole purpose for being in this whole fucking scene is to be the first Asian guy to see Bigfoot. And then in Monster Quest there's this motherfucker Dong Wang. Fucking Dong Wang.
That's
Seriously,
a
fuck
made-up
this
name.
guy.
Hilarious.
That has got to be a name.
This guy saw Bigfoot. I'm like, oh man, there goes my whole fucking reason to even be in this whole scene. My whole purpose was to be the first Asian guy. I wanted my face in like the Guinness Book of World Records, but this Dong Wang motherfucker beats it to me, beats me to it. I was like, fuck this guy, Dong Wang. He's my enemy now. He stole my thunder. Fucking hate that guy.
Awesome.
Okay, so let's just do it this way. Monica, since this was the show you were on, you get to place it. Where do you think
Oh, good idea.
it stands up with everything else out there?
Well, okay, so I will just put this out there. Anything that I do, I don't go back and watch because I don't want to see my own face.
Yep.
I don't want to hear my own voice.
Right.
I don't watch what I do. So,
Okay, so technically Monica hasn't seen it. So because
I've seen the show, I just
Yeah.
don't watch my episodes.
The thing about that show, about Monster Quest, what I did like is like they showed different types of creatures that some
Yes,
you
they
heard
did.
of, some you didn't. And I like that.
And
So
again,
that's
it's
cool.
an OG show.
And once again, Doug Highcheck is one of our sponsors for our conference. So we better rate him high.
We can put it like mid S tier.
I would agree.
okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna put it at the top only because of Dong Wang, my fucking nemesis. So we'll put it behind Holzer Files in front of Hellier.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure, that looks good.
Hellier is really fucking good though. Oh well. Okay. There we go. Okay.
You should
Yeah, I
have
mean if it
big
weren't for
ones.
Dong Wang, it would be at the top of S, but I do have to bring it down a few
mean,
marks
Yeah,
for Dong Wang.
yeah.
Consider his
Dong
name,
Wang.
man. You should
Yeah.
have sympathy for old Dong.
Yeah.
Freaking Dong.
Dong. Poor Dong.
No shit.
Yeah.
Dong long.
Long duck Dong.
Yeah.
We can
Dong
go all
Wang.
day with jokes about poor Dong.
Hey, it's okay. Present company, it's allowed. So you're free to make as many Dong Wang jokes as you please. That guy did steal my thunder, so I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Okay. How about this one? Mountain monsters.
Oh,
If
God.
you're wanting a comedy, I think they're great.
Yeah. It's just like
I
It's like Duck Dynasty for Bigfoot.
seriously- I
Yeah.
seriously have tried to watch that show 3 different times when it
Yeah.
was on. I can't. I
No.
can't.
It's very hard to watch. It is. Because they, like number one, they build these. I have watched episodes, don't get me wrong. They try to like build these cages out in the middle of the woods to catch like a wampus cat or something, and it's very fake. Yeah.
It
Cool Hand's like,
reminds
I
me
hate
of
the
kind
show.
of like Duck Dynasty kind of
Yeah.
meets
Oh.
Bigfoot.
I had a hard time watching. I watched it. I knew the lead guy when he was alive. He was
Trapper?
a very nice man.
I could see
Like,
that.
he invited me to his house. He invited a bunch of my friends to his house. Like, he was a genuinely kind man.
Mhm.
And I feel that this is network doing network things. Like, I don't think these guys are legitimately this
Stupid.
absurdly hillbilly and stupid in real life.
That's what I meant. It reminds me of what they did to Duck Dynasty.
Yeah.
Because that's the way that they portray them, as being dumb.
Oh, yeah. But I mean, they're laughing all the way to the bank. These guys, you don't make a lot of money working network. You make a lot of money at your, like, going to conferences and going to like big shows and like in your speaking engagements. That's, I mean, and you got to get your name out there, and you got to be ridiculous to get in front of the nation to get those bookings, right? To make your money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're popular. America loves them.
But as a show,
It sounds like a lot of people in the
rating it
chat.
on a show.
So as a show, personally, I can't watch it. Like, I've watched some
tried
of them
3 times. I tried to watch it 3 times and I gave up.
and it's so ridiculous. I got to put it in the B tier.
Well, there's a lot of people. There's a couple people in the chat who are giving their thumbs down on this one. I don't know, Krista and Brandi. Are you putting in B tier? Or are you putting in trash tier?
For me,
Does it belong in there with Deep South Paranormal?
For me, it's trash. But
Trash.
To me,
tier?
it's trash because, like Monica said, it was a network thing.
Yeah.
I'm going to say trash it.
Okay, which one's trashier? This one or Deep South Paranormal? You
I've
decide.
never seen Deep. Oh, I did see Deep South. For me, Mountain Monster's got to take the cake on that one.
Okay.
So Mountain Monsters ahead of Deep South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So put
Well,
Mountain
ladies, you
Monsters on the
seem to
front.
have a thing against rednecks. I don't know what's going on here.
I have nothing against rednecks. It's like
It's the network issue.
Right.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
The
they hear
the
hillbilly
cartoonish redneck.
or something like that, and then it
Yeah,
automatically
so it's like-
thinks that you all are idiots. That's what
Yeah.
they portray
what's
you
the
as.
one guy's name that was in the service? The guy that has a half a tooth in front. Talking about?
I know who you're talking about, but I can't remember. his
Yeah,
name.
I just feel like him for one, they portray it as being really, really stupid, and I don't
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Once they hear hillbilly, redneck, whatever, backwoods, they automatically think stupid. or idiots.
Yeah.
Right.
And that is so untrue. I mean, and it's such a disservice to a whole community of people that live in the country, like deep backwoods. Just because you're living maybe off grid, you're not stupid. You're not stupid.
But absolutely.
All right. How about this one? Paranormal caught on camera.
This is pure entertainment.
Yeah.
Not that I would ever like plan my day around this show, but if it was on, I'd watch it. I would have to give that a solid A.
Because
Just
it's a
I'd stop and
controller
watch it.
stopper.
Yeah,
It's a
I would
controller
stop and
stopper.
watch it. Mhm.
I have, when I've slept at hotels, flipping through the channels, come across I think True TV it was on, or Travel Channel, one of them.
Yeah.
And it comes on. Yeah, I'm putting the controller down.
Yep.
Nah.
Monica, what about you?
So much of it is BS CGI and obviously fake.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If there is literally nothing else on, I will stop it. But I mean, it's got to be all infomercials and then this.
So you're putting it like a B tier then, it sounds like.
I put it in a high B tier.
Mm-hmm.
Krista, what about you?
Yeah.
High B?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Ahead of Finding Bigfoot?
Well, I don't know. So some of the stuff is kind of cool to look at. Like it kind of makes you think, you know, but then some of it is just so ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, that's just it. I mean, some of it is interesting, but so much of it is clearly.
I would definitely put it in a low A tier. You got to get it ahead of Finding Bigfoot, please.
Yeah, you know what? I think low A tier only because it will grab your attention when you're flipping through the channels.
Yeah, Behind the Dead House, that's a good spot.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
fair enough.
definitely ahead of Finding Bigfoot for sure.
Yep.
And like I said, it's that is another network controlled show that was very disappointing. Yeah.
All right. We've got a few left. Paranormal State.
So when it first came out, I liked it. I liked they had Lorraine Warren, you know, they would consult.
She was on that show? Oh, damn, I didn't know that.
And I liked it because I like watching shows that are like do private cases, and the majority of theirs were like private homes and private cases. So for me, I like that one. And unfortunately, like Ryan Buell, he kind of took a. It was
good until Ryan ripped people off.
Yeah, he ripped a lot of people off. However, you know, I believe everybody can, you know, pay their price and change themselves, and supposedly he has. So I don't know. I like that show. I got to say, for me, it would be an A.
An A. Monica.
I liked it when it was on. Yeah, I liked it. I mean, I did stop and watch it. I don't know if it was on now, if it's something that I would continue to stop and watch. You know, I think if I saw it now, as if I'm just flipping through the channels trying to find something to put on, I would continue to flip to see if there's anything else on.
Better.
Yeah. I'm kind of meh with it.
And I do that, yes.
And that poster is missing Katrina Weidman, and I actually like her. I like what her and Nick Groff did, and I like what her and Jack Osborne did. But she was part of Paranormal State as well.
Yeah, she did a lot of good work with Jack Osborne.
She did.
So we're gonna put this. Oh,
go ahead. I just thought of a show that you're missing.
We're gonna put this one. I guess A tier.
For me,
bring the tiers up. We can't see them.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would say A tier for me, but yeah.
I'm just meh with it.
A low A tier. Brandi, what are you thinking?
I personally would put them before the Dead Files.
Yeah, I put them before Dead Files. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds about right. Okay. Cool. All right. So we got that one. Hold on. Let me switch this back. All right. So Paranormal State we got. Okay. Paranormal Survivor. This one I have seen.
I have not seen this.
Yeah. So it's a lot like A Haunting.
It is.
Yeah. It's a reenactment show. It's Netflix, but some of the situations are pretty gnarly. Like the way they're filmed. It's like scarier than.
They're intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's more intense.
Well, I don't have Netflix, and I never had Netflix, so that's probably why I've never seen it.
I could put this one in being in a low A.
I could too.
Like when the reenactment's on, you're like, oh shit, you know, you're watching that shit. You're like, some of it is pretty intense.
I put it in a mid to high A.
Mid to high A? Yeah. That sounds about right. So let's see here. What do we have in A tier right now? We got Haunted Collector, Ghost Hunters in the middle, followed by Haunting, Ghost Nation. Where do you want to put this one? I'll put it ahead of A Haunting only because it's better filmed.
Yeah. I think it's newer than A Haunting. A Haunting goes back to that.
Yeah, it's newer. It's way newer. Okay. All right.
On A Haunting, there's a house in Union, Missouri, which is outside of St. Louis. It's called the Union Screaming House. And that was a big
Screaming House. Wow.
It's demonic, and the house plays on people's fears. So everybody that lived in the house literally played on his fears. So like one of the children was scared of clowns, and this demonic entity would show itself as a clown. And yeah, so anyway, where that house is. It was my point. I've been by there.
Okay. Here's this one. I think I haven't seen this one, but I think you have. Secret of Skinwalker Ranch.
So
there you go.
All right. So Brandi, you want to talk about eye candy?
I know.
There's eye candy on this one?
Oh yeah, there's eye candy on that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It's Brandi all about the elevator.
Yeah, I think he's the only one that I've ever met that left me kind of speechless. Like I just didn't know what to say at that point. I was like,
because he was such a hottie.
In an elevator was It was
he looks good on film.
In an elevator.
Meet him in person, Monica.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, wow.
That's
in an elevator.
Like I met him on an elevator, and I just was like, oh.
She couldn't even say anything. I had to speak up first. It was an awkward silence.
I've done that before.
No, I didn't ask him a thing. I didn't ask him anything. I just turned around and started talking to Krista. Like he wasn't standing there.
I'm like, this is weird because he's like looking at us. So I'm like, Skinwalker Ranch?
Right.
That broke the ice.
That started everything.
Yeah,
that started our whole friendship from there,
We do not get like fan crazy. We don't. Like it's
You don't get starstruck?
No. Every once in a while. See, because with Krista, it was John Zaffis. The first time that Krista met John Zaffis, she was talking, but she was talking to me. She wasn't talking to John. And I'm like, oh, hey.
Yeah. Brandi, I will say, with Thomas Winterton, she was starstruck. And I actually was too. And he, after that, he walked outside with us, out of the elevator and stuff with us, did selfies with us, turned around.
Talked outside,
Yes, you want to talk about somebody with a nice ass. Hello.
Hello.
Where's he going to be next?
I don't know. Brandi, I'm not wrong. Brandi, I'm not wrong on that.
Wait, what was the guy's name that we're all sweating over? Because I never seen this.
Winterton.
Thomas Winterton.
Yeah, he came on Blonde.
He's not a big guy, but he's not. I mean. It I don't know. I don't know what it was. It was just like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
Really? That's your type?
That was actually this year at the Clean Brothers.
It's
Paracon. Yeah.
No, he's not my type. That's the problem. He's not my type.
I mean, he's not a bad looking guy, but he's not like Brad Pitt or nothing.
You haven't seen him in person.
Good looking on the TV show. I mean,
I'm telling you,
you gotta see him in person.
Hello.
Holy moly. I was like,
jeez.
Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, it for looks and height, and he was just not my type. But
like this guy?
That's him.
That's him?
That's him.
That's who you're talking. I thought you were talking about the scientist guy.
Oh, he's kind of cute too.
He's cute.
Sinfully like he's a hottie. Wow.
Yeah. That's who you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's not who I was talking about.
Oh, Monica, girl, if you would meet him, you would be like, holy cow.
That's an old picture of him, but
That's an old picture.
That's not my type, but okay.
Yeah.
No, but
I still see personally. I still think this guy's way hotter, but
Oh no,
that's a butterface.
Douche patrol.
Douche patrol.
Okay, so where are we putting this one? Where does this one go?
That one's still going, and honestly, that place is still one of my top places I want to go visit. Even before they took it over what it is now, where even Zach Bagans was out there. I'm gonna say it. Zach Bagans was out there. I was always intrigued with the place. So will I tune into that show when a new one comes out? Absolutely. It's on the S tier for me.
Mhm. And
S tier.
the stuff they do too, the really cool experiments, and they're just not taking like, oh, that's a UFO. Like they get science behind it. I like that.
Right.
They're
Like I
digging
said,
into
I've been
it.
intrigued with Skinwalker Ranch way before it was even bought by these people.
Yeah.
Oh
For me, it's a high S tier. For me,
High S tier.
For me, it is.
Yeah.
Where are we putting this one?
Right behind Monster Quest.
Right behind Monster Quest. Okay.
Yep.
Ahead of Hellier.
Yeah.
Hellier's pretty good too, though.
Hellier's really good.
Yeah.
But there are no hotties. There's no dudes with fine asses though. So
no,
it's got that going against it.
I said I was interested in the place before these guys got it. So,
but the nice ass just helps.
Scientifically speaking,
yeah. You want to go there for research purposes. Yeah.
Only research purposes.
Yeah, research purposes.
Yeah, it's been an interest of mine for a very, very long time.
Well, yeah, it's been on a lot of radars for a long time.
Okay. Yeah. Last two. Ready? Because we gotta let you ladies go. You got a show to do with Rob soon.
Yes.
Sightings. Love it.
Love it.
Yep, it's high. It's high up there for me.
Yeah, me too.
Where are we putting it?
For me,
I'll stop and watch it because it's nostalgic. Like I will watch it. It's a high A for me.
I would agree.
High A.
Mm-hmm.
But
are we going to put it in front of, In Search of, or behind it?
Oh, behind.
Behind.
Yeah.
But what did Brandi say? Brandi didn't say anything.
I've never seen it, y'all.
Brandi hasn't seen it.
Yes, you have. You watched Tony's episode. I know.
I'm watching one episode because somebody I know's on it versus watching the show to watch it is different. You know what I mean? It's not something that I watched hardly at all. I mean, I've watched all kinds of shows only because one of my friends were on it or something. But it's like, have I watched the whole season? No. No. So I can't really vote on that.
Are you ready for the last one?
Let's do it.
William Shatner, The Unexplained. I tried watching this.
William.
He looks good for like 90.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And do you know, like whenever he the show opens, like he might be on some kind of little motorbike or something, come up and you know what I'm talking about, in front of that house opening?
Yeah. I mean, this show for me would probably, I'd watch it. A low A. It's going to be a low A.
B tier?
A B tier for me.
Yeah. It's a B tier for me. Krista, what about you?
I like William Shatner. So
yeah, that's my problem.
High B, low A.
Okay, low A. Me and Monica we both said B.
I would just put it in a high B. Put it in a high B tier.
In front of Finding Bigfoot?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely make it better than that.
Okay, so we have finalized our tier list. Let's do a quick recap here. So the very top of S tier, we have Expedition X, and then followed by the Holzer Files. Those are our top two. Followed by Monster Quest, because we're totally not biased. And followed by Skinwalker Ranch, because it's a fascinating show, but with also some nice ass. Hellier.
Good looking people. Yes.
Hellier, because it's just fucking good. If you haven't seen it, go watch it.
Yep.
And Ghosts in the Hood, because it's the funniest out of all the shows. And then Ghost Lab. That's S tier. A tier is our most populated tier. We're starting off with In Search of, followed by Sightings, and then Ghost Brothers, followed by Ghost Nation. And Ghost Nation ahead of Ghost Hunters, just because they got rid of that douchebag Grant. Hey, don't fake evidence.
That's right.
Right.
Haunted Collector is next after that. Paranormal Survivor and The Haunting, which are similar-ish reenactment shows. And then Paranormal States there, followed by Dead Files, and then Paranormal Caught on Camera. The B tier, the more apathetic, the more the meh tier is. Top of that is Unexplained, followed by Finding Bigfoot, followed by Celebrity Ghost Story, and then Ghost Adventure, and then Kindred Spirits. And then finally, at Trash tier, we have Deep South Paranormal and Mountain Monsters. Are we satisfied with this list?
I
What do
am.
you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied, because I think that even in our trash list, I think that is network controlled. They were just doing what they were told. And so that makes them trash, and we're sorry.
Yeah.
We're sorry.
So go ahead.
So I wanted to say, if anybody likes like Ozzy Osbourne, and you haven't seen it, Jack and Ozzy's Paranormal Road Trip has like 2 or 3 seasons.
Oh,
and it's funny. It is hilarious.
It is.
Paranormal Road Trip. I never even heard of that.
To watch it. It's Jack and Ozzy Osbourne and his son Jack locked in like a Winnebago, like traveling across the country, going to all these crazy things. And it's Jack forcing Ozzy into these situations that he's like so uncomfortable with.
Robert the Doll being one.
I know. And he is just torturing Ozzy with it.
And how does Ozzy take this stuff?
He took it pretty well.
Does he get like legitimately like scared and stuff? I need to check this out. Jack and Ozzy.
They did an investigation in any of it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
They did an investigation or stayed at a haunted place. I think it was in New Orleans.
They stayed in the Lullaby Mansion.
I need to watch this.
That's right.
Monica, watch Ghost in the Hood. Tell me if it's funnier or not.
Okay.
I'm curious.
And you watched Jack and Ozzy's
I'm going to watch that. Where can I find it?
I got to Google that. I don't know.
I want to see Paranormal Road Trip.
Yeah.
Well, what I've got down on my list is Hellier, Ghost in the Hood, and Paranormal Survivor, because those are the 3 that I've not seen.
Let's see. Jack and Ozzy.
And several people mentioned, like Sinfully, she mentioned Destination Fear. That was okay too. They were younger kids that went to.
Well, they're still doing stuff, but they're on YouTube now.
Right.
They're still doing it, and I really liked a lot of things they did, because they went to a lot of places that Krista has been, or I have been, or we both have been. And I really enjoyed what they did.
Destination.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's called Jack and Ozzy's World Detour, and it's on Prime Video. So I don't know if you're gonna be able
I have Prime Video.
Do you?
Yeah.
So see if you can pull it up without having to rent it. But it's pretty funny.
It is, and it's not all paranormal, but
it's not all paranormal. But holy shit, it's funny.
It is. It's worth watching.
All right, so I'm going to leave it at here. Guys, check out Crossing Realms Conference, Eventbrite. I was going to do the link at the banner, or link as a ticker that goes across the bottom. But then I was like, wait a minute, that would be impossible to click on.
Did you see Jason sent you the newest one?
Yeah. I saw that. I saw him send it during the show.
Yep.
Did he send that out?
Yeah, he did. You'll
Just
have it.
now? Okay.
Anyway, so check out our conference. We'll all be there. And before I let you guys go, just remember what did we learn in all this? That Dong Wang can go fuck himself.
He is a Dong Wang.
He stole my thunder.
He looks like a Dong Wang too.
First Asian guy to see
That's a
Bigfoot.
dog.
I was supposed to be that guy. Anyway, all right. Good night, everyone. Peace out.
Good night.
Right.